This is the funny part about doing a video about a bag. In order for me to talk about the bag, I have to take all the things out of it to talk about the bag. I don't think I've ever been this excited to talk about a bag on my channel, but these are the new Peak Design Everyday Slings. I have the 3-liter right here on my chest, and this might look a little familiar to you if you follow my social media or even my videos. I'm sure you've seen me wear the original Everyday Sling 5-liter, especially on my travels. It's definitely the bag that I use to just keep everything safe and on me at all times. Now, in a nutshell, the main reason why I think these bags work so well is because Peak Design have gone ahead and taken some of the philosophies from their previous bags and products and injected them across the 3-liter and the 6-liter. Now, there's one thing about the original 5-liter that I feel like was common. A lot of people wanted there to be more capacity, but the only other choice that you had was the 10-liter, and that just got way more into the messenger bag territory rather than just being an everyday sling. Enter something like the 3-liter. Now, this is definitely going to be my everyday carry bag from now on. And I'm not just saying that because Peak Design provided these products. I genuinely love what has been done with this small bag that allows me to be minimalist, but also allows me to bring a lot of stuff with me that I could use for content creation and for vlogging if I need to. Now, quick story. The original 5-liter was a great camera bag that allowed me to have my mirrorless camera like this one. And I was able to have that in the bag with one lens that I could use for all vlogging purposes. When the zipper broke, I went ahead and minimized my kit. So I started to go for smaller cameras and realized that I don't have to necessarily use the absolute best gear in order to get certain videos done, or even most videos done. So I did pick up a Bellroy Sling, and it's not a camera bag whatsoever. You can fit a camera in there if you try, but for the most part, it's a sling bag made for everyday carry items. And then you can imagine my excitement when Peak Design said, we got these in and maybe you want to try it out. I was like, absolutely. And lo and behold, even though this is a smaller capacity at 3 liters, I was able to fit everything that I need for general vlogging or video work inside of this small bag, which means that organization is great and also it's able to fit quite a bit despite how minimal it is. You'd still have the pocket on the front, but one big feature that was added onto here that you'll probably notice right away, these little straps just hook onto these areas here on the front, and then the other side here on the back. Once you tighten these straps, you're able to secure, at least in this case, a tabletop Sirui tripod. Now, this is great because I can actually use this little Sirui tripod in order to do A-roll when I'm sitting down because it's a tabletop tripod with a Jobii GorillaPod phone mount on top. You still get this front pocket like I said, and since this is an everyday carry bag, I have some lip stuff, a little Moment bag for the Moment lens, but I actually use it for the tiny accessories for the Osmo Pocket. Some keto-friendly sweetener because I am #diabetic. Now, the zipper is supposed to be more reinforced this time, which hopefully means that it's not going to break in the next couple of years like the 5-liter did, but you never know. But it does feel very sturdy. It does feel like it's more improved than before. As far as anti-theft features are concerned, the zipper can be passed through one of the loops made for the tripod straps. That allows it to be a bit harder to actually open if someone's trying to fiddle with your bag, so it's a bit of a deterrent. All right, so as we open up the bag, you can already see that there are these flaps over on the side. Now, this is something that you would probably recognize from the tech pouch. It allows for things not to spill out of the bag because there's a bit of a guard on the side. One cool thing about that guard on the side, however, is there's also a small pocket there. These are the pockets where I end up putting a camera battery or my SD cards. Now, at first glance, this might not seem like a true vlogger's kit, but on the contrary, smartphone vlogging is a thing, and also there are small products out there that are great for video content, especially on the daily, because this should be the bag that I have on me pretty much at all times. So to that end, I have things like the DJI Osmo Pocket, fantastic little camera. I actually finally got my hands on the Freewell wide-angle lens, which allows for a wide-angle view without any distortion or blurring on the edges. More on that in a future video. Obviously, you need to have a power bank available in case you need to charge up any of the phones that I might end up using for vlogging. The Note 10 to illustrate what smartphone I would use, and then of course the iPhone 11 Pro, also great for video content. Moment lenses, which happen to be on these Sirui clip-ons that allow you to use these lenses for pretty much any smartphone. As long as you can clip it over the actual glass of the camera, you can get the benefits of Moment lenses using these clip-ons. These are especially great for front-facing cameras if you want to have a wide-angle view using the front, both for video and for photo. So if you have a group shot, sometimes this comes in really handy. A pair of truly wireless earbuds, because if I need some distractions, it's nice to have some audio on me. These are the Studio Fems, and you might not have heard of this company before, but they make some pretty fantastic products that are not only good sounding, they have really good sound, they also are quite fashionable. There's also the nice addition of this tie over on the side if you just want to hook this onto the zipper or onto some sort of carabiner outside of your bag. And then finally, just as a sort of bonus, when I do need to respond to emails or actually draft together some scripts, I have this foldable keyboard right here. And all of these products that I'm showing you right now are linked in the description down below. Make sure you check that out. If you're looking for some holiday gift ideas, all of the stuff inside of my everyday bag can be on that list. And that's all in the 3-liter. Now, the 3-liter can fit mirrorless cameras, point-and-shoot cameras, and whatnot, but this is the minimalist kit that I kind of put together once the original 5-liter broke. Now, the 3-liter comes with one divider, but it is still that origami divider that allows you to segment that area vertically by having a small portion on the bottom and a portion on top. I just sort of keep it like this so that I can fit more in this one pocket, and then of course everything else goes over here. Another design philosophy injected into these everyday slings happens to be around the strap. Much like on the Peak Design Slide, which is one of their main camera straps, there is this adjustable pull tab right here that allows you to tighten things up. I generally have it as tight as possible here. That way I can have the bag as close to me as possible. And just like with the original 5-liter and 10-liter, you can undo that strap, hide this portion of the strap inside of this area on the back, and it becomes a bit of a fanny pack if you so choose to have that. Now, this configuration is actually one of my favorite from the original 5-liter, because look how compact this ends up being. Yes, this is supposed to go around your waist, but like many fashionistas out there, they take the fanny pack and sling it like this. Now, this is an image you probably saw on my social media. I did tend to have the 5-liter on me like this, but with the 3-liter, it actually makes even more sense. Also, back on the topic of anti-theft features, when you undo the strap, you can also loop that around maybe your chair or the table that you're sitting at, so it's a little bit harder to actually lift and run away with. One thing to keep in mind with the tripod attachment on the bottom is that you probably want to loop it around one of the legs or in some sort of fashion just to secure it even more. There have been some times where I just had the strap around the tripod and it somehow came apart, and then I ended up having the tripod either fall on the ground or just dangle from the other strap on the other side. All right, let's talk about this 6-liter. Now, this is going to have largely the same amount of features, the same actual features as the 3-liter. It's just going to be bigger. And that one extra liter of capacity, I think, makes a lot of difference as far as a camera bag is concerned. Now, you'll notice that I talked about the 3-liter as an everyday bag. I probably wouldn't use the 6-liter for more than work applications because the bag is just a little bit too big to have all the time. Again, you get a lot of the same features, the pocket on the front, and then you have the tripod straps on the bottom. This is a great thing that they've made standard across many of the bags now. And in this case, since this is more of a work bag, I have the switch pod here. So switch pod, great accessory, yet another thing I'll talk about in a future video. This is also where I have the capture clip, and you can have this on a number of the bags. The 3-liter also has these same loops, so you can have a full camera on here or something with the Peak Design clip on there. One thing you'll notice is that I have, again, one divider. There are 2 dividers that are included, but I took one out in order to accommodate my mirrorless camera. Now, since I'm using my actual cameras to film this video right now, here is a clip that I had at Downtown Disney. A big thanks to the girlfriend, Issa Rodriguez, for filming this particular clip of me unpacking the 6-liter. So most things are pretty much the same. I tend to have 2 lenses, 2 of my prime lenses here on the bottom, and then I put the mirrorless camera on top. Still have the pocket here for cables and whatnot. As you can see, I still have that. As I said before, these two pockets on the side are where I put SD cards and extra camera batteries, but the main thing that is different about the 6 liter, the bigger capacity bag, this was true for the 5 liter as well, is that there's an extra slot here for a tablet, or in my case, sometimes I would just put my smartphone or even that portable keyboard in here so that I have everything on me and it's easy to get. Another thing about the 6 liter is that it's a bit taller. It makes it look way more like a camera bag than it does an everyday bag. This is definitely not a very sleek bag in comparison to even the 5 liter. But there is one reason why that design could work really well, and it's a new feature that Peak Design added into the Everyday Slings. The fact that you can make them lay flat and they'll take up less space in your luggage, whether it's carry-on or check-in. But if you ask me, the thing I'll probably end up doing more often with this bag is what I did with the 5 liter. If I wanted to minimize things a little bit, I would put my camera gear in here and then put that in my carry-on luggage while the backpack holds other stuff. But like I said, the thing that you'll notice is that the 3 liter is definitely the one I go to more, especially after I learned how to minimize my kit. There are times when I really want to vlog with a full camera, and it's only really during those times that I use the 6 liter. And even then, the 6 liter is not one that I have close to me like the 5 liter or the 3 liter, mainly because it is a bit bulkier and it's usually heavier because of what's inside. While the 6 liter could definitely be an everyday bag, you're asking to put a lot more stuff in it compared to the 3 liter, and the 3 liter is just more nimble. So if you ask me, the 6 liter is more for the classical vlogger, the type of person who would have a Gorilla Pod strapped to the bottom, or in my case, the Switch Pod, and have a full-size camera that can fit in here and be able to vlog in that classic manner. Otherwise, if you're more of a mobile vlogger using things like the DJI Osmo Pocket or even just your smartphone, well, the 3 liter still can accommodate that while fitting more things in it so that you don't have to have so much stuff in your pockets. So yeah, those are thoughts on the 6 liter and the 3 liter of the new Everyday Sling bags, V2 in this case. And honestly, the main takeaway with these bags is that Peak Design have finally filled in the gaps between 5 and 10 liter. There are definitely going to be different setups that people will have, but I'm still super impressed with mainly the 3 liter and how much stuff I can actually put in here. Once you get into 5 liter, 6 liter, 10 liter, you obviously get into the territory of this is more a camera bag than anything else. But with all of that said, I think that should do it. Those are my thoughts on the new Everyday Slings by Peak Design. A big thanks to Peak Design for letting me try these out early on and obviously be able to talk to you about them today. They are available today, and you can go online and figure out where you can get some for yourself. And you can drop some likes on this video if you like what I'm doing here over on my channel. Subscribe to it if you haven't already, and hit that bell over on the side because there's a lot of stuff coming over the next month. I might actually do Vlogmas, I'm not too sure yet. Clearly, I should be able to because I always have some sort of gear on me, thanks to these bags in part. But with all that said, again, I'll call it on this one. Thank you so much for watching, and I forgot to make tea for this video, but I will just remind you to enjoy your tea, everybody.